What's going on, YouTube? I'm just gonna do a little overview of my rustler. Set up to do well over 100. I tried to do a few speed passes today, but I can get 70 something, and something keeps breaking. So it's always something. I'll keep working on it, and we'll get that 100 on tape. So just go over the outside. I just replaced the body. I got a clear Raptor body on it. I didn't do a whole lot to it yet. I'll probably add some more stickers, stuff like that. I'm not going to paint it because I don't know. I don't see the point in it now, and I'm just going to flip it, wreck it a few times. So that's the body I usually I ride when I want to look nice. This is the one I usually almost always ride. Clear one. See, that one's kind of beat up, but that one's pretty cool. I just want to show you guys a little trick real quick. When I was running a smaller Castle motor, I had a 5700 on here, in the Sidewinder 3. What I did, because I was having problems with it overheating. I mean, here right now it's 45, 50 degrees. So with the top of it, I cut this hole out in the middle, and I also cut this out. So you can just flip it up, and it'll catch that air and bring it right in towards the motor. I probably got another 7 minutes of runtime after I did that on that Castle motor. So also have a VXL body. I'm not really sure how I acquired all of these, but that's that. Alright, onto the car. You notice right away, voltmeter up front. That's probably one of the first things you notice because it's nice and bright. It's running 22.9 volts right now. I was probably out with it for about 10 minutes, so usually I read 25 on a full charge. This is a traxxas system, so this has the 2 power cell traxxas in it. Up front, these sockets here are just for weight. With 6S, this will not keep it down. This weighs out to be 1 pound, 2 ounces. 6S, that won't keep it down. 3S, it'll lift up, but it won't flip. In the front, now if you notice, I have a dual spring setup, but this one has the spacer in it. This one does not. When I have the 2 spacers in it, it's just a little bit too bouncy. With the one, it seems to level out real nice. If I take them both out, it'll want to catch every bump. I have the front and back suspension set up loose like that. So if you see the back here, when I push down, it'll go down, but it sits down. So when you set it down, it'll go like this. Pump the gas, it goes like that, and it stays down. So I mean, you got about a hand you can fit under there. One thing I need to work on is downforce. If you guys have any ideas to help me get some more downforce on here, maybe I thought about maybe melting this bumper a little bit, bending it down, or maybe I can just find something similar to the XL1, so it'll just a good splitter on it. Okay, let's move on then. Up front, we got the heavy-duty turnbuckles, the steering blocks, or the camber plates, whatever you want to call them. The traxxas servos back there. It's kind of hard to see, not servo, but excuse me, bell cranks. Those are in there. I relocated the remote receiver here. This is what runs off my LED lights. The ground for the voltmeter also runs to that. If you're interested in these voltmeters, I do sell them. About $7 a piece. Just let me know, and I do accept PayPal. You can work something out. Just message me or comment, whatever you like. And then I think that's close to it for the front. Get off, and let's just get a good look on the side here. I have J Concepts on the front. They do good up to about 75, and they start to get pretty big. On the back, I have the XL1 tires. They roll real nice, nice and smooth. The nice thing about those tires, as opposed to foams, is they grip, but they don't grip that well. So if your tires are spinning at 60, 65, 70 miles an hour, you're not going to flip unless the air gets under you. It doesn't want to pop a wheelie at that speed because the tires will just spin. My buddy's got foams and he pulled the throttle at 50 and just demolished the car, flipped it 12 times. So that is one good thing I have to say about the XO1. I do have stock springs on here. A lot of people, oh, well, you need to get better springs. You need to get better springs. Or shocks. You know what? I don't. I think the weakest part of these shocks is the caps. You know, if you want to replace those with aluminum, go ahead. Or in my case, I've got 10 more. So, you know, I'll pay 25 cents and just replace them when they break. Aluminum shock towers up front and back, the orange ones. I've got a blue one for sale, 15 bucks. Let me know, brand new, still in the package. Okay, moving on to the back. This is the Mamba Monster Extreme 1650 kV. Let's see if I can get a picture in there. Sorry about the light, guys. Maybe you can read that, 1650. So this is the motor off the XO1. I purchased an XO1. I made 2 passes with it, and it's hard to drive. It's unstable. It's so close to the ground, and it's difficult. So I took everything off of there. I unlocked the ESC. This did have telemetry. I'll probably put it back on, but the TQI remote just crapped out on me after, I don't know, maybe 3 uses. So I don't know. I don't recommend that remote. A lot of people have had problems with it. I liked it when it worked, but that's that. Right now, I'm using traxxas, just a TQ, and I like that a lot. It's got quite a few extra channels for extra stuff if I want. And if I know a lot of you guys are running Mamba Monsters, but you know, this is the Extreme. My buddy's got the Mamba Monster with 3300 or something like that, I believe. But it is the Mamba Monster kit that he has, and his will overheat after 10-15 minutes if he was to put these even smaller gears on his, or bigger gears on his. But so that's one thing I really like. This thing does not get hot. It does not nothing. I mean, it's a beast. My worries about putting it on a rustler, if you're trying to do something like that, is you really got to find a way to protect the back. What I have on here is just it's actually a bumper from an old Radio Shack one that I used to have. It'll cover it for wheelies. It'll cover it for stuff like that if it's scraping the ground. But I mean, if it takes a hit, you know, you're still hitting that motor. So the reason I'm running 2 pinions right now like this is it's pretty smooth, but I will need to. Oh, I tore out the drive gear. So this is one of the old drive gears that doesn't have the pinhole for a clutch. So instead of buying all that stuff, I don't need a clutch for this in this instance. I will be getting another one. The gear that's going to fit this is a Mod 1 gear. It'll be from a Nitro Rustler. They're very hard to find. I think that's almost one of the only ones you'll be able to find. Traxxas ones you'll be able to find. So if you're interested in the part number on that, just let me know. I'll get it to you, and yeah, let me know what you think about the Rustler. Just get a good look on it. Like I said, I'm gonna do some decorating some more. The lights in the front, I just have them pointing straight out. You know, not necessarily for headlights, but I drive at night quite a bit. I like to just kind of go out 10 minutes, bring it to work. After work, I'll go out for 10 minutes or something, and just kind of bash around a little bit. It's hard to find a place to actually open this thing up, and you know, every time I get close, the car something breaks, the axles, the pinion, the something.